Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Facebook. So, I want to give a little shout out to Alvarez Jiu Jitsu. Most of y'all that follow me on Facebook know that I've been training there for going on 2 years now. And one of the reasons that I go there is because it pushes me to do better, be better. I'm around people who consistently and regularly push themselves to the point of discomfort and keep going for fun, just for the sake of doing better and being better. And I gravitated to a place like that because it's imperative for what I do for a living to maintain that kind of mindset, to be around those types of people. I believe that you're the summation of your 5 closest friends, and I choose to spend an exorbitant amount of time with people who push themselves to the limit. Because I now have 5 kids in my household. So I would say we push ourselves to the limit. So anyway, one of the things that Coach Alvarez does that I really appreciate is, to the team, he regularly sits down every morning and discusses some of the things that he studies, he reads, he believes, the conversations that he's having with people in and around his world that he uses to draw inspiration from to do better in his life in all aspects also. That's what makes him a successful coach. That's what makes him a successful person. That's what gives him a fulfilled life. And as a way of communicating that to us, it's also a way of helping keep him accountable to that type of lifestyle as well. And for what I do for a living also requires that I'm constantly pushing myself to be the best. And as such, I'd like to have this opportunity to share with you guys what I'm reading, the conversations I'm having, the things that I'm listening to that help me stay positive in a world that's getting increasingly negative. In the month that I spent off of Facebook, I realized that it wasn't that Facebook was giving me anxiety or that it was causing problems or that it was really affecting my my mindset, my mentality, just with all the things that you're reading and you're hearing. So for those of you who don't know, I just recently recovered from COVID. And it wasn't fun. My wife and I both got sick. Allison got sick. My daughter and Jackson tested positive but had no symptoms. And it was very uncomfortable. It was incredible to me how we ended up going through the virus together, the type of symptoms that we experienced. Everybody was about a day behind me. So I would get a symptom and I would go through this nervous anxiety of, is this new? Is this part of being sick? Is this a sign that things are getting worse? And then Brooke, my wife, would get it the next day. And then Allie would get that same symptom the next day. And so it evolved almost on a day-by-day basis to the family. And the worst thing about it was, going into it, my only point of reference, my only mindset towards the virus was what I'd seen on Facebook or online, which in today's day is mostly Facebook, because I guess I'm old now. My kids tell me that that's old. Facebook is for old people, I guess, but it's okay. I'm talking to my fellow old people, because every day I'd wake up while we were sick, while we were experiencing symptoms, have a panic attack. Is today the day? Is today the day that the symptoms just get worse and I end up in the hospital? And what it made me realize was my relationship with social media, it's somewhat necessary. It's part of what I do. I socialize with people for a living. But the negative effects, the information overload, the type of mental breakdown that comes from just taking in from too many sources, from sources that don't care about their impact on your mental health or anything like that. And I realized that it was because of those messages that are out there that opportunity exists, but it's my choice with how I interact with them. And so I've always been the type of person that leads toward, let's look at the most positive thing we can, because at the end of the day, the negative is always going to be there. By focusing on it, all you do is introduce negativity into your life. You know, if it's a problem you can solve, that's one thing. But if you can't approach a problem with the mentality that you're there to solve it, and instead only approach the problem as something that exists to do bad to your life, then that's just negativity that I don't think benefits anybody in a daily way. So, all that to say, my decision to do this is largely based on wanting to change my relationship with the type of information that goes onto these social media platforms that people take in and listen to, and it'll be a drop in the bucket, but I hope that for those that want to join me and watch on a daily basis, it can hopefully make a day or two over the next couple of months better for you, because this is the kind of stuff that I focus on every day to keep my mind right, so that I can continue to show up and talk to people and be a father and a husband and a realtor and be able to do all the things that I do. You know, brief overscope, I train jujitsu regularly for my mindset. My wife and I both regularly try and make it to the gym at least 3 or 4 times a week. We're very adamant about, you know, physical and mental health as a combined set. You can't separate the mind from the body, so you may as well take care of both. And on top of that, we like to do a lot of stuff with our kids. We raise animals, we garden, we have a vegetable garden, we have rabbits that we raise, we have a couple of chickens, a dog and a cat. And we've got my nephew living with us right now as well, so hence the 5 kids. So we live a big life. We try to live a big life, and it's not always it's never easy. It's never easy. But what we do is we focus on the positive, and we try and make every day better and take it a day at a time and get 1% better every day. So anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for everybody who's been here. I'll be on tomorrow, and hopefully this will be the habit that continues to help me and hopefully helps y'all as well. So for anyone who's listened today, I hope I made your day a little bit better. Have an awesome day. Love as many people as you can, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.